Welcome, all my fellow Washington brethren and sistren. I am your man and resident Washington football fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Washington Football Report. Well, god damn, that didn't take long, did it? A bombshell first thing Friday morning. We talked about the roster last night. I gave you my 53-man roster projection. This was not in it right here as we start off the morning with the surprise as the Washington football team moves on from future Hall of Famer Adrian Peterson. And I guess AD is standing for all done in DC now, as he's no longer a member of this football team. He was notified by Rivera this morning that he would not be making the 53-man roster in a surprise move that shocked everybody. I almost dressed in all black like the Omen, but I'm not sad about this, okay? I'm just surprised. I'm taken aback. I didn't see this coming, nor did anybody else. I was about to come up here and issue a 00, but then I said, well, I wasn't out on a limb by myself on this one. I didn't take a sharp right turn when everybody else went left. I thought that he was a guy that was going to make this football team. He had been taking a ton of first team reps. And when I talked to Panthers fans when Rivera first got here, they said one thing about Rivera that you'll learn very quickly is that he's very deferential to veteran players. He takes veterans over young players a lot of the times, and sometimes to a fault. So I took that into consideration as well. They picked up his option, so I thought he was going to be here, and I was wrong, but so was everyone else. I will say this, though. There were some things that I was right about. Number one, Peyton Barber. They like him. I told you Ron Rivera liked him some Peyton Barber, okay? I said he respects Peyton Barber. He really looked at Peyton Barber in Tampa Bay, and he saw him up close and personal, and I think he really respects his running style and how strong he was and physical in between the tackles. I told you, Peyton Barber's nothing special, but he does everything well, okay? And he's a physical runner, no nonsense, downhill. They like that about him, and he's young, okay? Peyton Barber is a young NFL running back still, so that was one of my takeaways. But the biggest takeaway, and this one is the one that has kind of blown my socks off, they really think Antonio Gibson is Christian McCaffrey. Like, we've heard that. I thought it was lip service. This entire time, they've been telling us, Antonio Gibson's Christian McCaffrey. We really like this guy. They took him in the third round, and probably a round or two earlier than anybody else was thinking about taking him. And I thought that they just felt like he was a gadget guy, someone that could move around and create problems for the defense. And he still can do that, which is what McCaffrey did very frequently in Carolina. Moved around. They would start him out in the backfield, motion him out, and get a linebacker on him, break him off something proper on a slant or an arrow route or an out route, get open and get up the field. They see a lot of that in Antonio Gibson. They think they can do some of those things with him. And despite the lack of carries in college and him not being a true running back at the collegiate level, they think he's ready for the show. He's going to start. I don't think it means they're going to defer to Peyton Barber as your first and second down back. I think they may be going with Antonio Gibson in the driver's seat here as your starting running back. Week one, right out of the gate. Remember, they talked about how much they've put on this young man's plate. And they talked about how he responded to that, how it was a little overwhelming. They took some off, and then they realized we need this guy on the field. He's too good of an athlete and someone that we feel like can be a difference maker. We got to have him on the field. Maybe this means they want him on the field a lot more than we thought. So my biggest takeaway isn't that Adrian Peterson was cut necessarily because he was going to be a bell cow or anything like that. Because we thought that he was going to hand the baton off to Geis. We just didn't know who he was going to hand it off to now that Geis wasn't there. Well, he's not handing the baton off to anybody. He's just going to put the baton down and walk away before the season even starts. So all of a sudden now, I'm looking at Antonio Gibson and saying, all right, young fella, what do you have? They really like Antonio Gibson. And I was wrong about this. I will offer up a 00 here. Okay. I was wrong about the Washington football team keeping 5 running backs. I thought they were going to keep 5. They're only going to keep 4. We know the 4 running backs now. It's really not much debate at the running back position any longer. They're keeping Bryce Love. They're keeping, and I never thought they were cutting Bryce Love. I was going with 5 backs. They're keeping Bryce Love. They're keeping J.D. McKissick. They're keeping Antonio Gibson, and they're keeping Peyton Barber. They're keeping 4 backs, but in a twist of a crazy turn of events and a weird, dramatic twist, Adrian Peterson somehow isn't one of those backs. I just didn't see that coming. But for all the people that thought Bryce Love could get cut, that is not happening. I never was one of them. And so Adrian Peterson cut from the Washington football team in a surprise move as they look to trim their roster to 53. Guys, will continue to have coverage if there are any more surprising cuts. I can't imagine any other surprising cuts taking place. But then again, I did not see this one coming. So there could be more in store. I told you if there were any surprises, you see this face all up in your space. Well, here I am. And if there's more, I'll be back for seconds. But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember, I am a Washington football fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Washington spirit will never die. Washington spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to our beloved Washington football team. I need your thoughts. What do you think about this move? Did this blindside you like it blindsided me? Are you shocked and surprised by this move? What do you think this means? And are you upset by AD not being on the football team any longer? Leave it down in the comment section. Can't wait to read your reaction to this bombshell of a move by the football team. I'm telling you right now, we're going young, guys. We're going green. Okay, we're going young, fresh, and green. We are going young. The youngins are going to get to play. Man, is this going to be fun this year. We're starting from week 1. Ron and company wiping the slate clean. All the young boys are getting out there and getting frisky. This should be a hell of a season. I can't wait. Bart Scott, can't wait. See you guys a little bit later on. Take care.
Here's the top search results.
Network.